Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to do paper 1 for A levels, paper 1 to October November 2024. So let's start over. Let's go to the first question. Okay, the first question says that this is the diagram. A trigonometric graph is given to you. The diagram shows the curve with the equation y is equals to a sine bx plus c from 0 to 2 pi, where a, b and c are positive constants. We need to state the values of a, b and c. So before figuring out the value for a, b and c, let's make the graph for a simple trigonometric sine ratio. I'm sure you must be able to recall it. So this is that's how a sine graph looks like. This is the graph of y is equals to sine x, and whereas from 0 till 2 pi, and let me mark the values over here. This value is basically 2 pi, this value is pi, this is 0, in between it's pi by 2, and this is 3 pi by 4. And the maximum amplitude on the y value, that maximum it can have is positive 1, and the minimum it can have is minus 1. So according to this graph, that baseline is basically over here. There is 0 over here as a baseline, which means that the graph is starting from the baseline, which is 0. Whereas in our case, in this scenario, the baseline has been shifted 3 boxes above, so which is very much clear that the value of c will be plus 3. And and what about the value of a? Where a basically stands for the amplitude. Over here the amplitude was 1, so that is why the height of the graph was 1. In this scenario, in our scenario, this is the height from the baseline. The height is 4 over here, so the amplitude in our case, the value of a is 4. 1 2 3 4, yes. And now for the value of b, which is the time period. Basically it means the number of cycle that the graph is completing from 0 till 2 pi. So one cycle ends right here up till pi, and there is another cycle after that. So there are 2 cycles being completing in from 0 till 2 pi. So the value of b is 2. Question part B. For these values of a, b and c, determine the number of solutions in the interval from 0 till 2 pi for each of the following. So if we can look above, this is the y, and this is the new equation that we have, y equals to 7 minus x. So y is equals to 7 minus x. I need to plot it on the graph. The first value I can sketch basically. So one value of x that I can see over here is, I can take as 0, and if the value of x is 0, the value on the y-axis that I will have will be 7. So this point is going to be right here. And similarly, if I take the value of x as 1, if I take the value of x as 1, or I can see for pi by 2, that's fine. If I take the value of pi by 2 for x, which is let me put it in the calculator, 7 minus pi by 2, that's going to give me 5 point. The y-axis value will be 5.4. so pi by 2 is having 5.4, so 5.4 lies somewhere here. So if I join them with the help of a straight line and see how many intersection it have with the original graph, that will be the total number of solutions that he is basically asking. So the original graph, it is intersecting 1 2 3 4 and 5. So it is intersecting at 5 different places. So number of solutions will be 5 for this scenario. For the next one, it is again, it's a new graph, which is y is equals to 2 pi x minus 1. I have to sketch this one as well. Let me erase the previous one so that it does not create any confusion. So okay, now I can take another two values for x and y, which can help which can help me in finding the values for y. One value of x I can take is 1. If I put the value of x as 1, the value for y that I will have will be the value for y that I will have over here will be 0. So x being 1, so x being 1, basically pi by 2, which is 1.5, and pi by 4, pi by 4 is 0. So this is pi by 4 and this is pi by 2. It lies in between. The one lies somewhere over here in the middle. So value of x being 1 and the value for y being 0, it lies exactly at this specific point. Another value of x that we can take is the value of x being 2. If I substitute the value of x as 2, the value for y will be 2 pi. So 2 pi is basically 6.2. So x as 2. Let me see where do we have the value of x being 2. This is 3 pi by 4. Let's see 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4 lies basically 2.35, and that is 1 point something. So 2 lies somewhere over here in the middle of this, and the value on the y-axis is 6.2. So 6.2 lies here. So this is the other point that I have. If I join them with the help of a straight line, no matter how much more I stretch it from here, it is going to still have just one intersection, which means that it is going to have just one solution. So the number of solutions for this scenario will be 1. Let's come to question number 2. Question number 2 says the first term of an arithmetic progression is minus 20. So basically the keywords are here. You should highlight the keywords in the question: arithmetic progression, and the value of a is basically given to you, and the common difference is also given, which is d. You need to find the sum of the first 20 terms of the progression. So let's write the formula. The formula for finding the first n terms is n divided by 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. The sum we need to find in this question is for the first 20 terms. So for wherever we have n, we'll substitute as 20, and in place of a we will substitute minus 20, and this n minus 1 will make it 19, and d is 5. So if I put it in the calculator, s20 will be, this is 10, so minus 40 plus 19 times 5, which is 55, times 10, which is 550. So the sum of the first 20 terms for this sequence is 550. Part B says it is given that sum of the first 2k terms, okay, the sum of the first 2k terms is 10 times the sum of the first k terms. So let me write it mathematically. It means S2k is 10 times sk. So we need to find the sum of 2k terms, and we need to find the sum of sk terms as well. the connection between them is 10 times. So let's plug in the values in the same formula above. So it is 2k divided by 2 divided bracket 2 times a, which is minus 40, plus 2k minus n minus 1 into d is 5, which will be equal to 10 times k divided by 2 bracket minus 40 plus k minus 1 into 5. Simplification. So k bracket minus 40 plus 10k minus 5 is equal to 5k bracket minus 40 plus 5k minus 5. So if I further simplify, we can see that there is k on this side and k on the other. We can simplify that. This is going to give us minus 45 plus 10k, and on the right side it will be 5 bracket minus 45 plus 5k. So if I further expand it, minus 45 plus 10k equals 45 times 5 is minus 225 plus 25k. So 10k minus 25k will be equal to minus 225 plus 45. So minus 225 plus 45 is minus 180, and minus 15k here. Minus and minus will simplify. So 180 divided by 15 is 12. So this is the value of k. Question number 3. Question number 3 says the equation of the curve is y equals to 2x square minus 3. 2 points A and B with x coordinate this and this respectively lies on the curve. So let me just visualize this first. So if there is a curve like this, quadratic curve, he says that there is some point A on the curve and there is some point B on the curve. The point A is basically before and point B is after, because there is x coordinate has some addition with respect to the x coordinate of A, the B x coordinate basically. So we what do we need to do? We need to find and simplify an expression for the gradient of the chord. So if I join them with the help of a straight line, that will be a chord AB. So we need to find out the gradient of the chord AB. So for gradient, we need to basically have the coordinates of the point A, complete coordinates, x coordinate as well as y coordinate for point A and point B. So let's find out. For A, we already have the x coordinate. We need to find out the y coordinate by substituting the value of x in here. So 2 times 4 minus 3, which is 5. So the coordinates of A will be 2 comma 5. For similarly, we will be finding the y coordinate for B, and for finding the y coordinate of B, we will substitute the same. In the same equation, we will substitute the value of x coordinate for B. We have to do the expansion, which is 4 plus 4h plus h square minus 3, 8 plus 8h plus 2h square minus 3. So it will be, the value for y coordinate of B will be 2h square plus 8h plus 5. So let me write the coordinates for B. It will be 2 plus h comma 2h square plus 8h plus 5. Now since we were supposed to find the gradient, so the gradient formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's plug in the values. 2h square plus 8h plus 5 minus the y coordinate for A is 5 divided by 2 plus h minus 2. Let's simplify. 2 and 2 can cancel, 5 and 5 can cancel. So we will have 2h square plus 8h divided by h. So we can further simplify by taking h common from the numerator, and this h can cancel with the denominators, and the gradient of the chord AB will be there is no h here, so it will be 2h plus 8. Now, question number 3, part B. Explain how the gradient of the curve at the point A can be deduced from the answer to part A, and state the value of this gradient. So basically what he is trying to say is that if you move this point B as much as close possible to A, so that we can find out the gradient from the previous part using the same chord, we have to basically bring that chord close to A as much as possible, and that is only possible if the value for h over here approaches to 0. If this value of h approaches to 0, then the chord will become the tangent to the curve. So we can find the gradient at that specific place. So for gradient at A, h value is supposed to approach 0. So we will apply the limits of h as 0, and we will substitute the value of h as 0 in the gradient formula that we just found above, and the gradient that we will be able to figure out will be 8. Let's move to the next question, question number 4. Question number 4 says that find the term independent of x. I told you earlier as well, always try to highlight the keywords. So independent of x means that the x power is supposed to be 0. So for the first one, it is super easy. You are going to write down the formula for independent for finding any specific term. So t r plus 1 will be equal to n c r, a power n minus r, a is x, n minus r which is 6 minus r, b which is 3 over x square, whole power r. The value of r is r because we are basically figuring out that at which specific place, which specific term is going to give us an independent a coefficient which is independent of x. So we know that we can further extract it so that we know which terms are basically related to x only. So 3 power r and x power minus 2r, and we know that we need to find out the value of r where the coefficient of x is basically 0. So we will put all the terms which are containing x on the right hand side, and we will put it equals to x power 0. So x power 6 minus r minus 2r. So 0 will be equals to 6 minus 3r, and the value of 6 equals to 3r, and the value of r will be 2. So when we have the value of r as 2, we will find a term which will be independent of x. So let's substitute in the above formula again. So t3, term number 3 is going to yield a coefficient which is independent of x from the expansion of the bracket. So 6c2, remember this is not 3, basically this is term number 3, but this is basically 2 plus 1, so r plus 1. So and x power 4, 6 minus 2 bracket 3 divided by x square to the power of 2. So if I do the simplification, it will be 6 c2 which is 15 bracket x power of 4, 3 square is 9 divided by x power of 4. X power of 4 and x power of 4 will cancel out. So 315 times 9 is 135, which is the term coefficient which is independent of x. For the next question, we are supposed to again find out a term which is independent of x. So, but we need to multiply it with x cube minus 5. So, x cube minus 5, if I multiply it with the first term 4x cube, I need to multiply with x power of minus 3 from the bracket, and the second term I need to multiply with x power of 0. I already have the x power 0 coefficient, so I only need to find the coefficient which is going to yield me which will be part of x power minus 3. So I'll repeat the same procedure. I'll find out which value of r is going to yield me with that value, which coefficient, that specific coefficient. So x power minus 3 will be equal to x power 6 minus 3r. So minus 3 will be equals to 6 minus 3r. So 3r will be equal to 9 and the value of r will be 3. So if I substitute that value of r in the formula, it will be 3 plus 1. So term number 4, 6c3, because the value of r is 3, x power 6 minus 3, which is 3, 3 divided by x square whole power 3, r, the value of r. So 6c3, which is 20, into x power of 3, and 3 power 3 is 27 divided by x power of 6. So if I simplify, I will just be left with 20 times 27, which is 540, divided by x power of 3. So now just I need to do the multiplication. I need to multiply 4x cube with 540 x power 3. That is going to yield me a term which is also having an independent term without x. So 540 times 4 is 2160, and minus 5 will multiply with 135, which is, both of them are not having any x with them. So 5 multiplied by 135 is minus 675. I'll add the two of them together. 610 minus 675, 2160 minus 675. This is going to give me 1485, the coefficient which does not have any x with it when we will do the expansion. Let's move to the next question, question number 5. Question number 5 says the function is defined by f of x for x to be less than 1 by 2. Okay, this is basically the domain of the function. State the value for f of 1. So f of 1 basically means f of minus 1, we just need to substitute minus 1 in the above function. So 2 times minus 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 minus 1, which will give me the answer as 1 by 3. Second part says the diagram shows the graph of y is equals to f of x and sketch the graph of y equals to, okay, we need to sketch the graph of y equals to f inverse of x on the diagram. Show any relevant mirror line. So always remember that mirror line is the line of reflection across which you are going to reflect to find out the inverse of a function, and that is always y equals to x. So for making y equals to x, I will make 2 points. I will join them with the help of straight line, and I'll stretch them both to both ends. So this is the line for y equals to x. This is basically the mirror line that he was talking about. Now I'm sure you can recall for reflection, when you are doing reflection across y equals to x, you swap x and y coordinates. So we will and the point which is basically lying on that specific line, that is the invariant point, which means this point is not going to move anyway. Other than that, this point, the one over here which is 0 and -1, it will become -1 and 0. So this is going to come right over here. Similarly, if I talk about this point which is a little above than 0, positive side, for the value of x, and the value of y is -2, so it is going to become -2 comma a little above for the positive value of y, so it is going to come right over here. Similarly, for a -3 value of y, it is again going to jump a little higher, and for similarly for the next one as well. This was the finding the inverse of that part of the function. Similarly, we are going to do the reverse of the other side as well, which is -1 and a little above 0 for the y-axis. So it will come. It will be so -1 will become +1, and -1 on the x-axis will become -1 on the y-axis, and a little above on the right side over here. Similarly, if I talk for this point, -2, this -2 will become this -2, and a little on the right hand side of this point. Similarly, for -3 and for -4, I will drag it down over here. So a little more closer to the value of 1. So if I join them with the help of a freehand sketch, so this is going to be the inverse of the function that was given to us. Sketch for the inverse. So inverse of f of x. For the third part, it says find an expression for f inverse of x. So there are a couple of 4 steps involved that we need to do to find out the inverse, which is, the first step is y is equals to 2x plus 1 divided by 2x minus 1. The next step is to make x the subject. For that, 2xy minus y is equal to 2x plus 1. I'll collect the like terms of, the x terms on one side, so we can take them as we can take x the subject out. X can be taken the subject, and sorry, this was y, so x will be equal to 1 plus y divided by 2y minus 2. The second last step is to replace this x with f inverse of y, which will make the expression like this. And the last step is to make replace wherever there are y's, replace them with x, which is 1 plus x divided by 2x minus 2. So this is the inverse of that particular function, and it is also asking you to state the domain of the function. So domain of the function, domain of the inverse. So domain of the inverse means range of the function, range of f of x, and range basically means the value for y. So if I go to my graph back, so if I look at my original graph, the black line over here, or you can see this line is basically approaching towards the value for y, but it is not going to meet that value of y. So if I talk about the range of the function, it is f of x is less than 1. So whatever is the range of the function, it is the domain of the inverse of the function. So let me write domain of f inverse of x is x to be less than 1. Remember, domain is always written in terms of x, and the range is written as f of x or something y with respect to y. Question number, this was question number 5, part B. The function g is defined by g of x is this. Solve the equation g f of 1 by 4. So first of all, let's solve for g f of 1 by 4. For that we have to put 1 by 4 in the g f function first. So 2 times 1 by 4 plus 1 divided by 2 bracket 1 by 4 minus 1. So 2 times plus 1, 2 times. So the answer for this f of 1 by 4 is minus 3. Then we will put this value that we just got from here into the g function, which is 3 times minus 3 plus 2. So minus 9 plus 2 is minus 7. All we need to do is we need to put this answer equals to f of x. So f of x was 2x plus 1 divided by 2x minus 1, which is equals to minus 7. We'll cross multiply to find the value for x. So minus 14 plus 7, so minus 14x. So it will be 16x equals to 6. The value of x will be 6 over 16, which is 3 by 8. So the value of x is 3 by 8. Let's move to the next question, which is question number 6. And question number 6 says that the diagram shows a metal plate OA, B, C, D, E, F consisting of the sectors of two circles, each with center O. The radius of sector AOB and EOF is r, and the radius of the sector COD is 2r centimeters. Angle AOB and angle EOF is theta radians, and angle COD is 2 theta radians. It is given that the perimeter of the plate is 14 centimeters and the area of the plate is 10 centimeters square. Given that the value of r is greater than 3 by 2 and theta is less than 3 by 4, we need to find the value of r and theta. Okay, so the given information and the key information over here is the perimeter and the area of the plate. So that is the key information that we have. We will utilize this information to find the value of r and theta respectively. So let's first of all figure out how can we find out the perimeter. So for the perimeter, we need to have a few lengths. We know that this is r. The complete radius from here till here is 2r, and since this is r, so this is also going to be r because the total length that is given to us is 2r. Similarly, this is also going to be 2r. So all we need to do is we need to find out 3 arc lengths over here, which is AB, CD and EF. So let's find out the arc length AB, which is S equals to r theta, because the question is in radians, so keep your mind stick to radians. So S equals to r theta, the r is r and theta is theta in this. S, and similarly EF will also be having the same arc length. For CD, yes, for CD it will be the value of r is 2r and the value of theta is 2 theta. So the arc length will be 4r theta. So we know that this is 4r theta, this is r theta, and this is also r theta. Now since the perimeter is given to us, the perimeter will be equals to OA plus AB arc length plus BC plus CD arc length plus DE plus EF arc length and OF. So we are already aware the perimeter is 14, and OA, We are aware that it is r. The arc length of AB is r theta. The BC length is also r. The CD arc length is 4r theta, plus DE is r and EF is r theta, plus DF is OF is also r. So if I simplify, it's 4r plus r theta, so it's 6r theta equals to 14. This is the first equation that we have. Now we will utilize the area that is being given to us. So we can see that there are basically three area of sectors, A1, A2 and A3. If we find the areas of all the three of them separately, and if we substitute that into the other one, if we add them together, we will be able to find out the area. We can substitute it equal to basically 10, which is given to us. So let's first find out the area 1. Area 1 is 1 by 2 r square theta. R is r and theta is theta, so there is no need to change anything. Similarly, A3 will also be 1 by 2 r square theta. So for finding out the area of sector for the second portion, it will be 1 by 2. The radius is given to us as 2r square, and theta is given to us as 2 theta. So if I simplify, this and this will cancel out and we will be left with 4r square theta for the area of A2. So in the question it says that the total area is 10. So total area will be equals to A1 plus A2 plus A3. So 10 will be equal to 1 by 2 r square theta plus 4 r square theta plus 1 by 2 r square theta. So 1 by 2 makes it 1. So basically 5 r square theta will be equals to 10. So we have it. We have another expression with us. If we solve both the expressions simultaneously, we will be able to find the value of r and theta. So it's easy for us to make theta the subject in this case, which will make it 10 divided by 5r square. So theta will be 2 divided by r square. We can substitute this value of theta in the above equation, which is 14 equals 4r plus 6r theta. So 6r and theta is 2 over r square. So if we simplify, 14 equals 4r plus 12 divided by r. If we take the LCM, it will be 4r squared plus 12 equals to 14r. So if we simplify, it will be 4r square minus 14r plus 12 equals to 0. We can simply find the value of r. The value of r, 4 minus 14 and 12. The one value of r will be 2 and the other value of r will be 3 by 2. If we go back to the question, he says that the value of r has to be greater than 3 by 2. So the value of r being 3 by 2 is not possible. So ignore this value. This is the only r value that is suitable for our case, and we know that the theta is basically equals to 2 divided by r square. This is, here we have it. So just substitute this value of r over here, which is 2 square. So 2 divided by 2 square will give us 1 divided by 2, which is the value for theta, and that is only what we were supposed to find out. Let's move to the next question, question number 7. Question number 7 says, by expressing minus 2x square plus 8x plus 11 in the form minus a bracket x minus b whole square plus c, where a, b and c are positive integers. Okay, we need to basically write it in this completed the square form. So, and find the coordinates of the vertex, which means that we need to figure out, identify the point, stationary point coordinates as well. So the first step is to take minus 2 common. We will have x square minus 4x plus 11. So minus 2 bracket x square minus 4x, the half of 4 is plus 2 whole square minus 2 whole square plus 11. Now minus 2 bracket x minus 2 whole square minus 4 bracket plus 11. So minus 2 bracket x minus 2 whole square plus 8 plus 11. So minus 2 bracket x minus 2 whole square plus 19. So we already have written it in that form. We just need to write the vertex. Vertex will be this and this. Just change the sign for the value of x, which is vertex, turning point vertex. So vertex will be 2 comma plus 19. Question number 7 part B says that the diagram shows part of the curve with equation y equals to this and the line with equation this. Find the area of the shaded region. So for that, basically we need to find out, we need to have the limits of from here up till here, basically the values of x, so that we have a specified boundary and we can integrate to find out the area under the curves, and then we can find the area of the shaded region. So for finding out the values of x, we are going to put both the equations y and y equal to each other, which will give us minus 2x square plus 8x plus 11 equals 8x plus 9. If we simplify, it will be 0, 2x square plus 8x minus 8x plus 9 minus 11. So these will cancel out. 2x square minus 2 equals to 0. 2 will be equals to 2x square. X square will be equals to 1. And if we take square root on both sides, we will be able to find the values of x. So basically this is minus 1 and this is plus 1. So for finding out the area of the shaded region, what we need to do is we need to find out the area of the shade. Let me write it here. Right here. For finding area of shaded region. So remember, we find the area by subtracting the area of the curve which is below from the area of the curve that is above. In our case, the curve is up and the line is below. So area of curve minus area of line, basically area under the curve. So let's find out the area of the curve first. Area under the curve. Area under the curve. So the limits that we have is from 1 till minus 1, and the equation is minus 2x square plus 8x plus 11 dx. So if we integrate, it will be minus 2 divided by 3x power 3 plus 8x squared divided by 2 plus 11x, and the limits are 1 to minus 1. Now we just substitute these limits. Upper limit minus the lower limit, remember to put it in the bracket, 4 bracket minus 1 square plus 11 minus 1. So it will be, let me put it in, so minus 2 by 3 plus 4 plus 11. This is 43 divided by 3 minus 2 by 3 into minus 1 plus 4 minus 11, which gives us minus 19 by 3. So 43 by 3 minus this gives us 62 divided by 3. Now we need to find out area under the line. So for that, the limits are again minus 1 and plus 1, and the equation of the line is 8x plus 9 dx. So it will be 8x squared divided by 2 plus 9x, 1 and minus 1. So we first substitute 1 over here, so 4 plus 9 times 1 minus the lower limit, which will be 4 times minus 1 square plus 9 times minus 1. If I simplify, it will be 4 plus 9, which is 13, minus 4 minus 9, which is minus 5. So 13 plus 5 is 18, and area of the unit square. So area of shaded region will be 62 divided by 3 minus 18. So 62 divided by 3 minus 18, it is 8 by 3 unit square. Okay, now let's move to next question, which is question number 8. The question number 8, the equation of a circle is this x square plus x y square plus px plus 2y plus q equals to 0, where p and q are constant. Express the equation in the form of a equation of a circle. So we just need to make it look like equation of a circle, so that's easy. So x square plus px plus y square plus 2y is equal to minus q. To make the x terms together, y terms together, then apply completing the square for the first one. It is px, and the half of the coefficient of x is p by 2, so p by 2 whole square. Similarly y square plus 2y, and the coefficient of y is 2, so plus 1 square. Similarly, whatever you have done on the added on the left side, you have to add that same thing on the right side as well, which is 1. So these first 3 terms can be together like this, and similarly the next 3 can be written as well together, and this is going to be minus, we can write it as p squared divided by 4 minus q plus 1. So this is the value of r square. This is basically r square. He's written in the question that r square has to be in terms of p and q. The next part says that the equation with the line x plus 2y is tangent to the circle at the point this. So equation with the line is tangent to the circle at y at the point A being 4 comma 3. Okay, you need to find out the equation of the normal to the circle. So normal to the circle at point A. So what is the scenario? Let me visualize it first. This is the circle, and there is this tangent. So this is the tangent, and this is the point A that he has marked, and the equation of this tangent line is given to you as 2x plus 2y equals to 10, and he is asking you to find out the equation of the normal line from here. So this is the equation that he is basically asking you to find out, the red line. So for finding out the equation, we need to have the coordinates of one point, which we already have it as the point A. So only thing that we need to have is the gradient. So we will first find the gradient of the of the tangent line basically. So how can we find that? We will make y the subject. So 2y will be equal to 10 minus x. So y will be equals to 5 minus x divided by 2. So for finding out the gradient of this, we will find the dy by dx. So dy by dx is minus 1 by 2. So the gradient of this specific line, the blue line, is minus 1 by 2. So the gradient of the normal line will be plus 2. Gradient of the perpendicular or normal line will be plus 2. So we just need, and we already have the coordinates of one of the points which is lying on that line, which is 4 comma 3. We just need to substitute it in the equation formula, which is y minus y1 m into x minus x1. So y minus 3, 2 into x minus 4. Simplify, y minus 3 equals 2x minus 8. So y will be equals to 2x minus 8 plus 3. So y will be equals to 2x minus 5. So 2x minus 5 is the equation of this line. Y equals to 2x minus 5. Okay, so next question says you need to find out the values of P and Q. So to find the values of P and Q, there is some things that you need to see here. You can see that we have the coordinates of the center point, and the coordinates of the center point is basically from the circle equation, the equation of the center, the coordinates of the center will be center of the circle. The coordinates will be minus p by 2 comma minus 1. This value by changing sign and this value by changing sign. So this is basically, this is the coordinate for the center. Okay, and this is the radius that is given to us. So remember that the gradient of the AC and the gradient that we just found out is supposed to be same. So let's write it here, that the gradient of the normal will be equal to the gradient of CA. We already have the coordinates of A, which is 4 comma 3, and the coordinates of C, which is minus p by 2 comma minus 1. So normal gradient is already known, which is minus 2. So y2 minus y1, which is minus 1 minus 3, divided by minus p by 2 minus 4. So we'll simplify. So it will be minus 2 bracket minus p by 2 minus 4 equals to minus 4. So if we simplify, it will be plus p plus 8 equals to minus 4. So the value of p minus 4, this is going to be minus 4, and plus 8 minus 4, and this is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So minus 3 okay, so this is going to be let me just, I think there is some, let me just redo it, which is 2 equals 3 minus 1 divided by 4 plus p by 2, which is minus 1. So 2 bracket 4 plus p by 2 equals to 4. So 2 can go to the other side, it will become 4 plus p by 2 equals to 2. So p by 2 will be equals to minus 2, and the p value will be equals to minus 4. Now we have the value for p, and for finding the value of q, we know that we have the radius. We have the radius, and radius is, in this scenario, is this point. And we can also calculate the radius of a, the distance of a and c will be basically the radius. So radius, distance of AC will be equal to radius. So if I write down the radius, it will be square root of p square by 4 plus q, no, minus q plus 1. Let me recheck. Yes. And the distance of AC, the distance of AC formula is square root of the square root of x2 minus x1, which will be 4 x2 minus, which will turn into plus x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, which is 3 plus 1 whole square. We already have the value for p, we will substitute it here. So 4 minus 4 by 2 whole square plus 4 whole square, and which will be equal to the square root of 4 square is 16 divided by 4 minus q plus 1. We can simplify, it will be 4 minus q plus 1 and a square root, and simply this will be 2. 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 square is 4, 4 plus 16, and there is a square root as well on this side. So we can see square root on both sides. If we take square on both sides, the both square roots will cancel out. So we will be left with 20 equals to 5 minus q. So minus q plus q will be equals to 5 minus 20. The value of q will be minus 15. Okay, so let's move to the next question, question number 9. The question number 9 is the equation of a curve is y equals to 1 by 2 k square x square minus 2kx plus 2, and the equation of a line is y equals to kx plus k, where k and p are constant from 0 to 1. So okay, it is given that one of the point of intersection of the curve and the line has the coordinates this. So he is basically saying that the point of intersection of one point is given to us, which is, let me write it, we need to find out the other point of intersection, as well as we need to find out the value of k and p. So let's write down the y as and y is equal, because they're talking about the point of intersection. So 1 by 2 k square x square minus 2kx plus 2 equals to kx plus p. Now we know that we know the x coordinate of one of the point of intersection. Let's substitute it here. So 1 by 2 k square, the value of x is 5 by 2 whole square, minus 2 times k times 5 by 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 by 2 k plus p. And we also can find out the value for p from here as well by substituting the value of y and x over here. The value of y is the value of y is 1 by 2, and the value of x is 5 by 2 k plus p. So basically p will be equals to 1 divided by 2 minus 5 by 2 k. We are going to substitute this value of p as well here, which is 1 by 2 minus 5 by 2 k. So 5 by 2 k, and if I expand it, it will be 1 by 2 k square into 25 by 4. This 2 and this 2 will cancel out, 5k plus 2. So if I further simplify, it will be 25 by 8 k square. This and this can also cancel out, minus 5k plus 2 minus 1 by 2 equals to 0. 25 by 8 k square minus 5k, it is minus plus 1.5 equals to 0. We can multiply the entire both sides by 8 to make it a equation that is solvable. So 25k square minus 5 times 8, 40, k plus 1.5 times 8, which is 12, equals to 0. We can find the value of k from here. 25 minus 40 and 12, which will give us the value of k as 6 by 5, and another value of k to be 2 by 5. Is there any condition for k? Yes, he says that the k value lies between 0 and 1. So 0 and 1 means that this value is above 0 and 1. 6 by 5. 6 by 5 is basically 1.2. So we are going to ignore. So the only value for k that is suitable for us in the question is 2 by 5. So now to find out the value of p, we already know the formula for p, and we know that p is basically equal to 1 by 2 minus 5 by 2 k. Just substitute the value of k over here, which is 2 by 5. Simplify. So 1 by 2 minus 1, the value for p will be minus 1 by 2. We have found the value for k and p, but we need to find out the point of intersection. At the point of intersection, we'll substitute the value of k as well as p in the above equation. This equation, the one that we started our question with, by putting both y's and y's equal to each other. We just need to substitute the value of k and p in here. So 1 by 2 into 2 by 5 whole square x square minus 2 times 2 by 5 x plus 2 equals 2 by 5 x plus the value for p is minus 1 by 2. We'll simplify. It will be 4 by 25 multiplied by 0.5, which is 2 by 25 x square minus 4 by 5 x minus 2 by 5 x plus 2 plus 1 by 2 equals to 0. So it will be minus 6 by 5 x plus 2.5 equals to 0, and 2 by 25 x square. Now we can find out the value of x from here, which will be 2 by 25. 2 by 25 is 0.08 x square. 6 by 5, which is 1.2x, plus 2.5 is equals to 0. I'll put it in the calculator, which is 0.05, 0.08, and minus 1.2 and 2.5. So one value of x is 12.5, and the other value of x is 2.5, which is 5 by 2. Yes, we already have it. We already have this thing. So this is the other point that he is talking about. We will find the value for y as well. For y, what we will do, we will substitute it in the other equation, which is kx plus p. So the value of k is 2 by 5. So 2 by 5 into 12.5 minus 1 by 2. So 2 by 5 into 12.5 minus 0.5, which is 9 by y equals to 9 by 2. So the coordinates of the other point of intersection are 25 by 2 comma 9 by 2. Other point of intersection. Okay, the next part is it is given instead that the line and the curve do not intersect. So the line and the curve do not intersect means that if I make a visualization of this, so it means that this is the curve, and if this is the line, that's how they look like. And that means that b square minus 4ac will be less than 0. You need to find the set of possible values of p. So that's the same thing. We need to use this equation again that we had earlier. Because of the point of intersection. Okay, so okay, we have the let's simplify it. If I simplify, it will be 1 over 2 k square x square minus 2kx minus kx plus 2 minus p is equals to 0. Now 1 by 2 k square x square minus 3kx plus 2 minus p equals to 0. Now this is the equation that we have, and he says that the curve and the line, they do not intersect. So b square minus 4ac has to be less than 0. So less than 0 means the value of a, which is 1 by 2 k square, the value of b, which is minus 3k, and the value of c, which is 2 minus p. Let's substitute it here. It will be minus 3k whole square 4 times 1 by 2 k k square into 2 minus p less than 0. It will be 9 k square. They will simplify 2k square bracket 2 minus p less than 0, 9k square minus 4k square plus 2k square p less than 0, 5k square plus 2k square p less than 0. We need to find the values for p, so let's keep the p to this side, and let's take 5 minus 5 k square to the other side. This k square and k square will cancel out, so the set of values for p will be less than minus 5 by 2. Okay, so let's move to the next question, which is question number 10, and that is the last question that we have. Question number 10 says that the function f with domain x to be greater than this, greater than 0, is such that f dash of x is given. It is given that the curve with the equation y is equals to f of x passes through the point 1 comma 0. We need to find out the equation of the normal to the curve at point 1 comma 0. So again, for finding out the equation, we need to have the gradient. We already have the points, we just need to find the gradient first. So in f dash of x, we will substitute the coordinate, which is 1. So 8 times 2 minus 3 power 1 by 3 minus 10. So 8 bracket minus 1 to the power 1 by 3, and the answer for the gradient is, and minus 10 from here, yes, the gradient is minus 18. Yes, so the gradient of the perpendicular will be 1 by 18. We need to just, we have already have the coordinates, so y minus 0 equals 1 by 18 into x minus 1. So 18y will be equals to x minus 1. So this is the equation of the normal to the curve at that specific point. The next part says, the B part of question number 10 says that you need to find out the function f of x. So to find out the function f of x, we need to take the to do the integration of 8 bracket 2x minus 3 to the power 1 by 3 minus 10 x power 2 by 3 dx. We'll apply integration to the first as well as to the second. So let me segregate it first. So 8 integration of 2x minus 3 whole power 1 by 3 dx minus integration 10 will come outside, integration of x power 2 by 3 dx. So I have to, if for the bracket portion, the differentiation of the bracket has to be there before the bracket, so that I can do the integration. So this will become 4, and if I do the integration for this, it will be 2x minus 3 power 1 by 3 plus 1, which is 4 by 3, and I will also divide by 4 by 3, minus, if I do the integration for this, x power 2 by 3 plus 1, which is 5 by 3, and I'll also divide by 5 by 3, and there is no limit, so I will apply a constant value at the end as well. So let's do a few simplifications. So after doing simplification, the equation that we will have without finding the value of c is this. 3 will go up and multiply x power 5 by 3 plus c. So this is the function that we have. We need to find the c constant as well. For that, we will use the coordinates from where the curve is passing, which is 1 comma 0. I will put 1 over here, a 0 over here in place of y. So 2 minus 3, 4 power 3. I just need to substitute 6 times x power 5 by 3 is 6 plus c. So 3 bracket minus 1 to the power of 4 by 3, which is 3. So 3 minus 6 plus c is equals to 0. So the value of c minus 3 plus 3, the value of c will be 3. So the function in the end, the function f of x will be 3 bracket 2x minus 3 to the power of 4 by 3 minus 6 x power 5 by 3 plus 3. Okay, so the next part is, it is given that the equation f dash of x is equals to 0 can be expressed in this form. Determine, making your reasoning clear, whether f is a increasing function or decreasing function or neither. So I'm sure you can recall that increasing function is when f dash of x is greater than 0 and f dash of x is less than 0 means decreasing function. Increasing is when f dash of x is greater than 0 and decreasing is when it is less than 0. So we know that f dash of x is basically equals to 0. It's written above, and we already have the value for f dash of x, which is 8 bracket 2x minus 3 power 1 by 3 minus 10 x power 3 by 2, and it will be equal to 0. Now what we can do is we can simplify it further, and for simplification we can write 8 bracket 2x minus 3 whole power 1 by 3 equals to 10x power 2 by 3. So to get rid of the cube root, we can take cube on both sides. This cube is going to be 8 power 3, which will be 512 bracket, this will cancel out, so 2x minus 3, it will be equals to 10 to the power of 3, which is 1000 x power 2. So for further simplification, we will simplify 512 multiply by 2, which is 1024x, and 512 multiply by minus 3, which is minus 1536 equals to 1000x square. Now we can further simplify by bringing that 1000x square to this side. It will become minus 1000x square plus 1024x minus 1536 equals to 0. We can see we have 125 as the first coefficient. So 1000 divided by 125. So basically we need to divide all of them by 8. So if I divide all of them by both sides with, I basically multiply both sides by 1 by 8, it will be minus 125x square plus plus 1024 divided by 8, which is 128x minus 1536 divided by 8, which is 192, and it will be equal to 0. Now how can we say that it is an increasing and a decreasing function? We will convert it into completed the square form so that we can identify that it is an increasing or a decreasing function. For that I will take minus 125 as common. It will be x square minus 128 over 125x minus 192 equals to 0. Now I have to make it in the bracket form. It minus 125 bracket x square minus 128 over 125x. I will add the half of this coefficient, which is 64 by 125 whole square minus 64 over 125 whole square, and minus 192 equals to 0. So if I further simplify, it will be minus 125 bracket x minus 64 by 125 whole square minus 64 divided by 125 square is 4096 divided by 15625 minus 192 equals to 0. Remember, there is a bracket here as well. Now after that, I will expand the bracket by multiplying it with minus 125. So it will become minus 125 bracket x minus 64 over 125 whole square plus 4096 divided by 125 minus 192 equals to 0. So minus 192 from this, it will give us minus 199.04 divided by 125 and minus 125 x minus 64 over 125 whole square. So if you look over here, if you look at this answer, this is always going to give you a positive answer, but when you multiply it, this positive with this negative, and ultimately subtract at the end, the answer of this, which is f dash of x, it is always going to give you a negative answer. It is always going to be less than 0, because positive multiplied by negative is negative, and if you subtract a negative from a negative, it is further going to decrease it. So since it is less than 0, so it is a decreasing function. So that was the end of the paper. I hope you have understood all the questions that we have done. If there is any query, any ambiguity, please leave your questions in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends so that it can be of some benefit for them as well. Good luck for your exams. Take care. Allah Hafiz.